Hi there guys, Joe Chipperfield here, Joe Chips Guitar Tips, and today we're looking at the differences between the Fender Telecaster and the Fender Stratocaster. Look at a few different bits of playing, a few different pieces, what they do and what makes them both such great instruments. Maybe we'll do a little bit on the history of them as well, but we'll certainly do some playing. So I'll get started with the Telecaster. Great, so we've just heard the Telecaster in 3 different pickup positions. This position is the neck one, that's that deep sounding one. Then you get the middle pickup, which is actually both at once, and then the treble pickup down the bottom. The treble pickup down the bottom sounds so great, clean or with rocky distortion and all sorts. With a Stratocaster, when you've got the treble pickup on the go down there, for some reason it just doesn't sound quite as sweet when it's clean. Really strange. I'll go back to back with those 2 sounds. One other thing that a Telecaster will do, probably with this bridge pickup on at the same time, is for country music and country guitar, when you're bending notes, you can have, or any kind of guitar when you're bending notes, a rock guitar too, when you're holding one note and then bending another. What's great about a hardtail guitar, strings fed in some way or another, but they don't have a whammy bar on them like a Strat or a tremolo arm for wobbling the notes, and the springs are hidden all in the back here. What's great is it can really hold your notes true, so you can actually create this wonderful harmony. Let's play a little bit. Here's a little bit of an intro to a song by Toby Keith called I Love This Bar. Mad, isn't it? Even bending the G right in the middle. And then you get this. Sorry, I overbent that. Meow. It's a bit better. If I were to do that on the Strat, you can hear the pitch bend. I'll do it right now. So here's that same couple of bends on a Strat. Okay, I'm really freaked out right now. Ah, there you are. We can hear it dipping in pitch in the fretted one. It's unlucky, but this is better for some other genres of music or styles of guitar, because you can bend the notes with your whammy bar. But given that the Telecaster, being first commercially released and produced in 1948, wow, and it's still rocking away in Slipknot, for Brad Paisley in the country world, so you just, yeah, metal, country, even, I think there are people that play jazz on Telecasters as well, and all kinds of, punk rock's great for, oh man, yeah, you name it, it's all over the music world. Great guitar, but, so a few years into when it was first released, the three top country players unfortunately said that they didn't quite like it, and Leo Fender was like, oh man, why don't they like my guitar? So he approached them with it and he said, look, what would you change? And he said, well, one guy was like, well, it seems like a pretty girl in bad clothes. It sounds great, but don't feel so nice. Like this bit here kind of digs into your ribs. And so that was one of the first things that they altered. Instead of it being so square and blocky, you get the contours. And the contours of the body on a Stratocaster, we can see here, that giant great sanded bit away there. And this is of course what made this ergonomic shape. And I personally love Googling pictures of Buddy Holly, because when he's holding a Stratocaster, this is how Strats used to be made. Well, they appear, this is a 50s reissue, this Stratocaster, and they always had the two-tone body, a very basic white scratch plate, and a maple neck. That's the way they came out in 1954, a few years later, after they'd approached these three country players that had said, yeah, it digs into my rib, problem solved. They used all the contours, and they said, well, maybe I can't quite reach the top, maybe we should cut this bit away instead of that bit there. Look at that, it's like two horses. Anyway, and then, yeah, so that's kind of it there. And what was the third thing? Maybe it was the tremolo for bending notes. Maybe that was the extra add-on. I'll be kicking myself in a minute if I haven't thought of it. Well, there's certainly an extra pickup on here as well. Maybe they thought of all kinds just to try and really make a wild new guitar. But yeah, going back to Buddy Holly, it just looks like they photoshopped one of these guitars on him. That's why I was talking about that earlier. Sorry, I do tend to jump from one thing to another. But yeah, when you see Buddy Holly holding one of these, it looks like he got it from the future to me. They're just such a timeless looking thing. Wicked. But so is the Telecaster. I mean, it just looks cool. I just think it's a real guitar player's guitar. And I never felt like I sort of deserved one, you know. But hopefully I'm doing it justice for you guys. And there's a little on the history of it. Let's have a look at the Strat and see what those tones sound like, and we'll compare them a little bit. So the Stratocaster there, obviously with 5 different pickups, you've got these extra sounds. As you've probably just seen there in the video, I'll write them in there as well, but just to be super clear, the neck pickup is closest to the neck, and then as soon as you're here, you've got that magic extra, kind of like a more succulent version of the neck pickup, because you've got that combination of the neck and the middle. And then you've got the middle by itself, which is quite broad, and I even try and get almost like a 335 sound with that. Like if I'm playing Johnny B. Good in my band, I'll put that one on and it sort of sounds really boxy and fun. So it's just about getting to know him. There's so many sounds, you'll hear similarities between everything else. But yeah, the next one there did Sweet Home Alabama, and this is also known as the matchstick position. Originally, Fender Stratocasters were made with just the 3 different sounds, like the Tele having 3, but they obviously were wired always to have both running at once when in the middle position. Back to the Strat, they simply, when Buddy Holly had his, he had treble pickup, middle pickup, neck pickup, and that was it, one or the other. And they even used to wire the tone so that you wouldn't have any effect on the, because that tone down there basically affects the tone of this pickup, and this tone affects the tone of these guys, and more so the neck. But when you're getting really jazzy, you can roll that tone off there. And the known as the woman tone Eric Clapton had when he would play with the treble pickup but roll the treble off, more so on a Les Paul than a Strat, I must say. It was this woman tone when he invented that. So it can sound kind of smooth, but with attack from the neck pickup as well. But yes, where were we? That's right, back to the different pickups. So when they were made with just 3, I think Keith Richards said during the 60s, people called this the matchstick position between when you activated 2, because it happened by accident, and you could jam a matchstick as the switches would wear out from use. They would jam a matchstick in the bottom there, and then you would have both come on at once. And this is also that kind of like a rock and roll tone. Here's the difference just by itself. That's the treble by itself. Here's the middle by itself. And then here they both are together. Again, almost that extra succulent is the only word I can think of to describe it, but it's almost like it's literally kind of sucking more tone out of the strings because you've got 2 pickups on the go. And of course, the same for the other end. This synonymous with that Jimi Hendrix kind of way of playing. And that, and yeah, you got it anyway in the demonstration earlier. But wow, I think that sort of brings us almost to the end there. And wow, 2 great instruments from Fender. And if you're choosing for which one to get, then I would just go with what kind of music you want to play for a start, and 2, you can buy both because they rock. They absolutely rock. But yeah, pick your favourite one first, and all importantly, how it feels. Go to a guitar shop, definitely, because going to a guitar shop, you can actually try the guitar out and make sure it's not badly set up and things like that. Especially if you've never had to set a guitar up before, you know, you want to have the guys in the shop do that for you. Or if you do have to order one online because of current situations, you can't get to the shop, have a friend set one up for you, come over and set it up and things. But wow, it's been great fun for me, guys. Hope you've had fun too. Looking at the difference between Telecasters and Stratocasters tone wise, and if you haven't seen them before, I hope it's been cool to see the differences on how they sound. Please remember to like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye dudes!